All right, so first of all, congrats last week. That's a great result for you, and you felt pretty good.
Absolutely. You know, it's one of those weeks where everything went the way you hope for in a week usually, and just came up against a better opponent in the finals that day. He's been successful there the last 3 years, never lost a set, so it's something you just have to tip your head on and say, well done. But overall, it was a good week, yes.
And now with that, and then also being back inside the top 20, do you kind of feel like anything is possible?
Well, yeah, but I even said that last year already, you know, when I won a title, I guess, against Roger Federer, coming out of nowhere in some ways. Yeah. There's always, yeah, anything is possible, and we've seen it in many other sports or many other things in life, and you just have to believe in it, work hard, and have a good couple of people around you, I guess, that support you and are positive people, and you have to enjoy what you're doing and have fun on the way, and be ambitious to try to achieve certain things. So, with all those things, which are a few, it's possible.
At this point, what drives you? Is it your work ethic? Is it just love of the game? Is it money? What is it that drives you at this point?
No, it's just a mixture of everything in some ways, but you know, just the satisfaction of winning matches, you know, of like trying to you know, going out there and trying to figure out a way to win. I mean, it gives you satisfaction. It's like nothing else really, you know, and I know at some point this sport will be in some ways taken away from me competitively, and you know, when you play on the senior level or, you know, exhibition matches, it's not the same. It's like practicing, you know, you can practice all day long. It's really never the same. It's a lot of fun too, because you're more relaxed and you don't have the pressure. But when you go on the court, these mixed emotions, the pressure situations, you know, the feelings that go back and forth that occur in your mind, the thoughts. I mean, it's crazy. It's really it's like an unbelievable, you know, suspenseful thriller movie, and that's fun in some ways. As long as, you know, you can deal with it, I'm going to continue.
In some ways, it almost seems like you're in the perfect position, because your opponents know you're a threat, but if you lose, the media kind of chalks it up to age. Does it take the pressure off in some ways?
Never looked at it that way in some ways, but you know, I guess the only pressure I really had for myself last year was, you know, in tennis you have to have a certain ranking in order to get into these tournaments. You know, you can't rely on the fact that every tournament director is going to give you a wild card, and if your ranking is not a certain, so if you don't have a certain ranking, you might have to go through qualifying, and you know, even qualifying, you know, everybody knows how to play this game, even the guy that's ranked maybe 180, 240 in the world, so there is no cakewalks anymore, and that's something I certainly did not want to do in my career, which, you know, with having the success that I've had, and, you know, the history, and, you know, that's maybe a way I wasn't going to do it. So the pressure of myself having last year really was trying to get a ranking back where I can have a full schedule if I wanted to, and I accomplished that, so I'm really happy about that. And as long as I have, you know, that going for me, I'll continue trying to have a good schedule and play tournaments that I enjoy playing, and go after a few other goals.
I read an interview recently where you said you're always trying to improve. What are you working on specifically? Is it technical? Is it mental?
Yeah, technical still a little bit as well. You know, there's always a few reminders that you do on the court that you know, your coaches try to tell you that can help me. You know, my serve is something I try to keep improving on. Like, I try to keep improving on being more aggressive coming into the net, which a lot of times I still do not do, and maybe I never will, but it's something I practice. And yeah, you know, try to get in physical better shape. You know, you gotta make sure the body stays healthy, stays injury free, and then that takes up you know, quite a few hours the whole day anyway. Given that tennis has been your life for so long, do you fear the end at all? Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I thought I've seen the end before a couple of times. You know, with my injuries, you know, I was ready to throw the towel a couple of times. And then when you do, after a couple of weeks, you sort of miss it, and you go back out and play, and you realize how much you want to get back and see if you can achieve a few more things. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm nervous or scared about it, because I don't see the finish line yet. But when you do have to accept it, or when you start thinking about the fact that maybe, you know, physically you can't do it anymore, or maybe also mentally could be, you know, any time throughout the year, maybe you realize, or something clicks in your mind and you just says, you know what, I had enough. And I don't know if I'm scared of that, because I don't think my mind would let me do that personally, but at the same time I think it's also a big relief once you realize, you know what, it's done, because it is a crazy hectic life. You know, you travel a lot. I have, you know, a fiance and a daughter at home, so being away from them is not that much fun all the time either. So you have to pick your battles the right way, and if you obviously the way I've been playing lately and having some success makes things a lot easier. If I was going from tournament to tournament and not really having fun and losing pretty bad, then maybe the decision will also be easier.
Yeah. Looking back, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
To appreciate every time you go out on the tennis court. You know, make sure you take care of your body. Besides that, I don't know, really. There's probably a few more other things, but at the same time, as an 18-year-old, if I look back, and you know, that 18-year-old would have never guessed that the 34-year-old Tommy Haas was still going to be probably playing on the tour. So, you know, pretty happy about that.
And last question, what do you see yourself doing? Maybe it's 5 years from now, but at the end, do you have any thoughts, or do you think about that, or you'll cross that bridge when
there are a few you know, possibilities of knowing what I want to do for sure. It's not really only in my hands, but something that, that could develop into something unbelievable. But for right now, I'm still trying to focus on that thing. You know, I have family as well. I'd like to maybe expand my family and then maybe just settle down for a little bit and sort of really see what direction my life will go. But you know, tennis will always be my life, and it's my passion. It's something that I know quite well, and so giving back in that sense would be great. But if any other doors open up, I'm certainly yeah, open to them.
That's great. Well, good luck with everything. Thanks so much.
Thank you.